Everybody, daily recap for June 6, 2022. Let's take a look at what we did today. So came into today, we were leaning a little bit more bullish out the gate. We got a nice pop. We did trade into that, and then obviously we got that rollover that occurred. Overall, decently choppy day. We got some, pretty good trades here and there. Kind of some of the stuff that didn't work. We tried some Tesla out the gate. The equity didn't work. We tried some options off the lows at 800, which did. That was okay. We had some NVX on the equity side, long 45. Let's call it 46, but 45, 45.98. We grabbed it after that little bounce in the morning, traded that up for a couple points. That was a good little trade there. UPSG, we took long at 50.71 right out the gate. We had a decent little pop and ended up coming back and stopping the rest of that one out. We were in some Sun W long for about 10 cents to the upside. Actually 13, it wasn't like a huge trade, but it did get a little bit of a move there. MU scalp at 71.84 into the 72 level. Again, not a huge trade, about 30 cents on that one. We scalped some Lulu on the short side from 299s this morning for about 2 points and change on that. So that was a decent little trade there. Baba, we took some short on this one. This one ended up, after this, it started to dip there. It ended up holding that EMA support, and we ended up getting stopped out of that one on Baba. So that one didn't end up working. We did some mRNA on the long side from 140.57. We traded that into the 143s. That was a decent trade. Let me just take a look at what else we did. You can kind of see how, it's kind of mixed. We did some Square 80 from 86.22 into the 87s. So basically we're trading into last day's highs. It was a decent little trade there. Again, small little spec. We had some iSun on a swing, which worked out nicely. Baidu 147.10 short, and that ended up working out quite well for about 3-4 points to the downside. We did a little bit of SIGA on the long side off the 13 on the daily. That ended up not working. If we didn't get stopped out, we just had to exit that position because it just wasn't working. And other than that, CLR, we traded that long for about 50 cents. Alta, we traded this long for about 2 points and change to the upside. And RPTX at the end of the day there as well for about 50 cents and change. We tried Zoom at the end of the day there. We ended up getting out of it pretty much flat, up like 5 cents. Nothing really crazy there. On the option side, we did SPY quite a bit, puts and calls, 100% here and there, which wasn't bad. Biggest trade today, is we did the FUTU right out the gate, which was a fantastic trade. Had some nice strength on it. Earnings obviously were solid as well. We had the 45 calls, went up about 360%. We had the 50 calls, which went up 200%. And then we had the 48 calls that we grabbed on this pullback. We're swinging those overnight to see if we get some continuation there. Other than that, on the option side, it was really just we were playing the SPY quite a bit. When Apple came out with the event and they were talking about Facebook privacy, or all the privacy on some of these apps that got hit before, we had the 200s, 205s, and 210 calls on Facebook, so those did all right. We swung the rest of the 205s and the 210s. We had some Amazon this morning, the 130s, which ended up being a pretty good trade for about 80% to the upside. I was happy with that. We tried some AMAT. We had to exit that one flat. And other than that, we were pretty much just waiting all day to trade some, trade on the option side. There wasn't too much to actually do. Oh, we did Apple 145 puts, which worked out nicely. 412 puts on the SPY for 100%. We tried some neg 5.5. Those ended up not working. BMY, we ended up getting out of those as well. Didn't work. BLNK, we had to cut those. Oh, the FUTU, by the way, we got 412%. It was a little bit more. Pfizer, we got about 70, or sorry, not 70, about 40% on those to the upside. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So a little bit choppier on the option side. IBM 41%. Yeah, it wasn't too much. We took some AMD puts. Ended up just having to get out of those flat. BA, same thing. On the put side, the premiums weren't juicing up on them. Coin for about 40%. XOM, we took that, didn't work. Win for about 33%. Yeah, it's very mixed on the option side. But the FUTU, of course, was the biggest one for us, Facebook, and then the SPY ended up working out nicely. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow, guys. In regards to the actual market overall, we did hold up the range quite well. It is still in last week's range. It's getting tighter and tighter. It's going to have to break one way or the other shortly. 50 MAs acting as a massive resistance. So we got to keep an eye on that, as well as this VIX 2488 support on the daily. If that breaks down that flag range, then we should start to see the VIX come in, market be able to push. Anyways, we'll see what happens going forward, guys. And if you guys have any questions, you'll feel free to reach out. SpartanTrading.com. You can sign up. We have all the alerts, entries, exits, targets, stops, all that good stuff in there, as well as you get access to the stream that we start at 8 a.m. and it runs to 4 p.m. every single day, as well as all the bots and all their plays as well. Also, free Discord link in the bio if you want to check out the community. It doesn't give you, all the alerts and things like that, but there's some great free resources in there that can certainly help you. And other than that, guys, you have a good rest of the day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and see you later. Have a good one.